Hello, welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to be looking at a classic Chinese street food dish, Flaky Scallion Pancake, also known as Shou Zhua Bing. I'm sure you guys will love this dish. For the following dish, you'll need the following ingredients.
So the first step in the recipe is making the roux. For this we need our main ingredients, the scallion. For this we just want the white portion of the scallion. And since these are from my hydroponics garden, this is only going to be a small portion of it. We're going to save this part for the scallion bread. But for this, we're going to dump this into our roux. But before we do that, let's cut up our scallions. We're going to save the scallions later when we start assembling the pancake, like so. So just set this aside, and we're ready to make the roux. So turn your stove to the lowest possible setting. We're going to add about 4 teaspoons of a neutral oil like peanut oil or vegetable oil. Here I'm using vegetable oil. The more the better. Toss in those scallions. Now we want about 4 Star Anise and a tablespoon of Szechuan pepper. We're gonna just keep the pan over low heat for about 10 minutes or so until it gives a nice fragrant smell. You want to release that natural spice gently, and it should permeate the air right now. Take your strainer and strain the oil. Now we're going to remove all these scallions, Star Anise, and Sichuan pepper. To the roux, we want to add about 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. And since it's the only 5 spice I have in my cabinet, I'm going to add about 1/8 of a teaspoon of 5 spice. And we're going to just mix it up. For this to make the dough, we're going to add 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. About 1/2 teaspoon to teaspoon of salt, depending on your preference. And a quarter of hot boiling water from the stove. Alright, so we're gonna just add our dough mixer. Attachment. Lock the dough mixer place and stir. Once it incorporates the boiling water, salt, and flour, we're going to slowly add 3/4 of a cup of cold water. We're going to keep adding the cold water until it forms a nice elastic ball. Now if you're using a mixer like this, it should come together about 8 minutes. If you're doing it by hand, it should be anywhere around from 12 to 15 minutes. After 8 minutes, your ball should turn into a nice elastic ball. So go ahead and turn off your mixer and open it up. Look at that. At this point, after mixing in the dough mixer for 8 minutes, it should look like something like this. If not, work it a bit more. Doesn't hurt. What we're trying to do here is relax the gluten. We don't want to overwork it. To me, this feels pretty good. That's something what we want. Alright, so we're gonna put it back in our mixing bowl. Cover it with a parafilm or saran wrap or a semi-damp wet cloth and put it somewhere nice and warm for about 30 minutes. And we'll check back on you guys. So after 30 minutes, it should be ready to be divided up. Now, depending on how many people serve, you can cut it up into 4 different pieces or up to 8, depending on your preference. So for me, I'm gonna cut up to 8 pieces. Divide it out. Now we'll work one at a time and put the remaining dough in a ball. Cover it so it doesn't dry out. We'll put this off the side. Take our rolling pin and roll it out into a long strip. Probably around 1/2 centimeter thickness to 1/4. And we paint on our roux. And this gives the pancake a nice, very rich aroma and flavor to it. Take out sesame seeds and sprinkle it generously over the dough. Take out scallions and sprinkle it likewise. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then we just roll it up like a cigarette. And this is what you should generally be seeing. So we put it face standing up on the board. Take the palm of our heel and just slowly squish it down until we feel resistance. At this point, we're going to just flatten it, take a rolling pin and flatten it down to get a nice circular pancake. Now at this point, if you hear any air bubbles popping or juices coming out, it's perfectly normal and it's okay. It'll still cook it just fine on the stove. That's what we're generally looking for. It's about the size of my hand. Alright, it's time to cook our scallion pancakes. So turn up the heat to medium. So we're looking for a temperature around 330, 336. By then it should be hot enough to start cooking. So let's go ahead. Look at this one. So we're going to cook it for about 3 minutes on one side, and then once it gets nice toasty golden brown on one side, and as we flip it over to the other side, we're going to toss in about like 2 teaspoons of water on the side of the pan, not onto the pancake, onto the side, and then we're going to flip over the pancake and cook the other side for another 3 minutes while covering the pan. A nice toasty golden crust on the side. So at this point, before we continue further, take a couple 2 teaspoons of water and just pour it just around the side. Then we're going to immediately cover it and cook it for another 3 more minutes. Let's take a look at it. Wow, that looks beautiful. Now just to finish up, we can just turn up the heat and flip it a couple of times till we get the nice golden color that we like. See how much that pancake already fluffed up? You see how right there? Different layers are already forming. All I'm doing here is trying to fluff up the pancake. It's optional, it's just more presentation for looks and everything. It's much easier to do with chopsticks. See how it flakes off like that? That's what you're looking for. I don't know if you're picking up this on the camera, but it has so crunchy flavor. Alright, looks like it's ready. Now I want you to see the difference between this scallion pancake. Now I want to show you the difference between this scallion pancake versus the other type of scallion pancake. See how flaky? The more you go into the pancake, see how fluffy the crust is? How much you pull it apart? Look at that. It's just delicious. See how easy this pancake can pull apart? That's what you're looking for when you finish cooking.
As always, if you like the content of this video, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, and if you have any comments, suggestions, put it in the comments below. Like always, I love to hear from you guys. Until next time, peace out. Happy cooking.